considering how well you've played to get to this stage, what do you feel caused that? Or was it just one of those bad days at the office?
Uh, um, I don't know. I'm done.
So before the video starts, that was a video of Serena, obviously in her press conference, and I had found that video on Twitter after I already recorded the video, and it relates to some of the things I said in regards to Serena's future. Just seeing her emotion after the match it's really telling, not only how much this match hurt her, but maybe its significance. But once again, like I said, I'll talk about that later on in the match, why I think her leaving in tears could really mean something significant. Hey everyone, I just wanted to come over here and make a video about the Serena Naomi Osaka match. I'm not going to do my regularly edited nice video. I'm just going to come over here, share my thoughts, talk about some notes I took about the match during the match, and yeah, so just getting right into it, like talking about everything that happened. It seemed that Naomi was very nervous early on, and she was catching her toss, serving like at the bottom of the net early on, and Serena got out to that early 2-love lead, breaking her, I believe, in the first game. And from then on, I felt that the first set was Serena's, regardless of whether she would win the match or lose the match. I believe the first set was hers, and I also believe the match was hers. But in that next game, Serena, she maintained the pressure. Naomi was still very shaky, and Williams had another break point to go 3-love, a double break. And for me, that would have been the first set. And I'm pretty sure she would have won that first set if she had gotten the break. But Naomi served a second serve, I believe, and Serena didn't take advantage of that second serve opportunity, ultimately lost the point and the game. And that was really the big turning point of the entire match. As Naomi started to free up a bit, she got that like shakiness out of her system. And even in the following game, Serena had a chance to still maintain that break. It was 2-1. She was up 40-15, and she lost the break advantage. And that was really the nail in the coffin for me. From then on, Osaka ran away with it, ultimately winning 5 games in a row, and then the set 6-3. Serena was broken in the very first game of the second set, which proved to be very detrimental. Osaka was dominating on serve, plus Serena's returning of serve was very poor. And at 3-1, I pretty much thought the match was over, but Serena, from that point forward, increased her serving and did manage to get a break. She broke Osaka in the 8th game of the second set because Naomi served 3-double fault. She was clearly very shaky, and everyone thought that this was going to be the big turning point of the match. Serena would be into it, but something told me that Naomi would snap right back, and she really exceeded my expectations. After being broken in that 8th game, she didn't lose a single point for the remainder of the match. She broke Serena right after at love. A lot of it was due to Serena not making a first serve that entire game. And then she held at love, playing a great game. I have to give it up to Naomi because the way she was able to shake off that poor start and just play unbelievable from that point on is truly a testament to her champion mindset. And then also the way that she was able to shake off that 4-3 service game to then play lights out was, I really have never seen that before. Like, it's just, even I believe that exceeds something that Serena has done. Like, that's otherworldly. That's incredible. That's like, it's truly incredible to watch. And of course, she did something similar against Muguruza after saving those 2 match points. I think that really has turned the tournament around for Naomi and allowed her to play with more freedom. And ultimately, that match could be the reason why she might win her 4th Grand Slam. Just the way that she's gotten through this incredibly tough draw, probably one of the most tough draws that we've seen in a slam, having to play Pavlyuchenkova, Garcia, Jabeur, Muguruza, Shea, and then Serena. Incredible. And she's of course going to be the heavy favorite. As I'm recording this, the second women's semifinal is still on between Muhova and Brady, whoever wins that match, Naomi will still be the favorite. I believe that this was Naomi's best match of the tournament by far. I know Muguruza was a close second, and she's been playing well the entire tournament, but I think that Naomi did have to step it up against Serena, and that's what she did, and ultimately the better player was victorious, and she was the better player. Looking at Serena, I was like very disappointed by her performance, obviously. I had my hopes up after she went up 2-love. I was like, yes, Serena's going to win the straights, maybe. Or she's going to win at least a set, maybe win in 3. But it was just very poor. I don't know if it was her worst match of the tournament. The match against Potapova was very bad. But this was probably runner-up. She hit 12 winners to 24 unforced errors, which is really poor. She could not play like this against Naomi, who was by far her best opponent in the tournament. And it's unfortunate that Williams was unable to bring her best tennis here, because if that was the case, then maybe we would have gotten a 3-setter. But I think that a lot of it was Naomi preventing her from playing her best. She, as I said in my tournament preview, this matchup would be decided by who was going to get that first strike in, and ultimately it was the Japanese woman who did that and really overwhelmed and overpowered Serena. Serena really didn't have any shot tolerance. I felt like every time she hit the ball, I was on the edge of my seat, and I was really nervous. I felt like she was going to miss almost every shot she took. She was rushing a lot. She didn't take her time. She had very little margin. She was pulling up on a lot of her shots, a lot of her returns. Of course, she cannot do that. And it was, like I keep saying, it was very disappointing. Honestly, after 2020, I felt like Serena, of course, might not win 24. In 2018, 2019, and leading into 2020, I was like, there's no way Serena does not win 24. And now I'm very doubtful. And like, of course, this match was just I'm honestly better. I think this is really therapeutic for me to talk about the match, because before I was like in shambles. Even in the middle of the match, I turned it off. I was in distress. I think the match against Azarenka might be a little worse, but actually, no, I don't know, because I'm still thinking about it. I think what makes it worse, because I actually really like Naomi. I like her a lot, but of course, if you all haven't noticed, Serena is above all for me. She's the reason why I'm here. But what really got me was after the match, Serena, of course, hugged Naomi. She only really does that in semifinals, or like, of course, Serena hugs everybody. She's hugged everyone in, I believe, her 9 finals that she's lost in Grand Slams. But other than that, she doesn't really hug anyone in the later rounds, in the earlier rounds, I mean, other than maybe Venus. And she hugged Naomi, and she waved to the crowd and kind of did like this, and it was just really hard. I don't know why. I hate that I'm doing this. I don't know why I'm doing this, but to me, it was almost like a farewell. To me, it felt like a farewell. Of course, she's been relaxed. She has a nice positive mindset this entire tournament. Maybe that's just it, but I don't know. This match just really felt like a passing of the torch. Serena was comprehensively outplayed, and just the way she was handling everything, she was too positive. She was too nice. I didn't like it. So, I don't know. I don't like to throw around the R word, but it really did feel like maybe that was the last time she'd be playing at the Australian Open, and this might be her last season. And it's kind of hard. I'm kind of comprehending that altogether while recording this, which is why I'm getting emotional right now. But just that image, that was worse than the loss itself. I can't watch that. I can't. But I don't want to take this away from Naomi's performance. It was an incredible performance. Just props. I have to give it up to you, Naomi. Just what an incredible match, an incredible tournament thus far. And I'll be rooting for you in the finals, whoever you play. And props to both women, both Serena and Naomi, for coming out and playing still a decent match. Maybe it wasn't the match that we hoped for, but still, it's just great to see the clash, I guess, of the two generations. I'm not gonna say past for Serena because she's still here, as we know of, but just it does feel like a carrying of the torch match to me. It really was. So that's all I have for that today. I'm more than likely going to make a women's final preview. Thank you all for sticking around if you have. I know this was a really long video, really messy video, but I appreciate you all for the support this fortnight. And yeah, thanks for watching.